Peter Parker is unmasked and no longer able to separate his normal life from the high stakes of being a superhero. When he asks for the help of Doctor Strange, the stakes become even more dangerous, forcing him to discover what it truly means to be Spider-Man. Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Burns Reviews. My name is John, here on Burns Reviews, where we talk movies, do Blu-ray trips, do side-by-side comparisons, and if you want early movie reviews and videos just like that, be sure to give the video a thumbs up and subscribe. And without any further ado, let us talk about Spider-Man No Way Home. One of the most anticipated movies of 2021 for me. Giant Spider-Man fan, as you can see. I've loved almost every single Spider-Man movie that has come out to date. There's a couple clunkers in there, we'll get into that later, but today we're talking about the final chapter in the Tom Holland trilogy. Let's get into it. Going straight into pros. This is actually the Spider-Man story that I really wanted from Tom Holland. You know, I always felt like the previous two chapters kind of felt a little bit like an Avengers spin-off. You know, you got Tony Stark giving him the suit. It doesn't really feel like your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. It feels like an Avengers story. And I understand why they did that, because we've already had two Spider-Man in the past, and they wanted to do something different. This is very much a Peter Parker, Tom Holland vehicle that works so incredibly well. Zendaya also rising her game a little bit and showing her acting chops that I know we've all seen in different movies. And chef's kiss. I don't know what else to say. It's that damn good. Clearly it's going to lean into a lot of nostalgia. We have characters appearing from the previous Spider-Man characters, and you know, we have a couple of cameos that I did not expect at all. You know, the trailers, I didn't really love the trailers very much. They kept showing the same scenes from the first half of the movie, and they definitely manipulate some of the things going on in those trailers to try to imply that certain things are happening when they're really not. Doctor Strange is in the movie, but I don't think he's warranted to be back-to-back with Tom Holland in the poster, because I feel like that's a giant misdirect. He's there, but he's a little webbed up in some scenes, and then he's kind of not there, and he's, you know, no pun intended. But I think the real performances that really took me back in this movie were Willem Dafoe and Marisa Tomei. Make no mistake, guys, this movie, in a lot of ways, is the concluding chapter for Tom Holland in the Far From Home, No Way Home trilogy. I guess the Home trilogy, right? They definitely do close some doors. I was very impressed in that respect, because for 11, 12, 13 years now, we have been getting these MCU movies that always leave that thread dangling at the edge, and it always feels like, until next time, this movie feels so much like a complete story, which I don't know if I've seen since the original Iron Man, which again also had that stinger at the end. It was so refreshing that at first I was almost like, wait, this is a little bit different, this is odd, but it was so welcoming. They could stop right now with Spider-Man, and that would be fine. I don't think they will. They've already announced that they're doing a trilogy of Tom Holland movies in college, or something like that. I don't know the details exactly, no one does. But they could stop right now, and it would be a satisfying conclusion to Spider-Man. In more ways than one. You know, Zach Pope just released his review, and he talked about how this is a celebration of Spider-Man, and I could not agree more. You have characters from the past. Obviously, you have Doc Ock, Green Goblin, like I said, Willem Dafoe. Jamie Foxx comes back, and I'm so glad they did a redesign, and not just a redesign of his look. His character has grown. All of the characters have grown. They've so easily could have done a Star Wars move where they just take the characters and make them say a lot of things that you know. I mean, there's a little bit of that, but they could have just made them the same copy-paste and try to feed you a lot of member berries, but they don't. They give these characters arcs. You know, Willem Dafoe said in a panel that, you know, he has a case to plead with his character and the whole bit, and they do give these characters a lot to do, and I can see why the actors would want to return for this, because it's great. Not to mention, we do get a lot of fan service and nostalgia, because we do get a lot of these characters who have never met talking about things with each other, and it's just the whole movie, especially the second half on, listening to these different characters who have never met talk about things that us fans know. The entire time, this was me. I was just like, I was blown away. I wasn't crying like Greg and John from The Real Rejects, but I could totally see why certain people would. I did get choked up. There are emotional heartstrings being pulled. There's decent humor. The action is all great. I mean, like, every now and then there's a little bit of CGI that's a little bit like wonky. I'm nitpicking. I'm talking about very, very minimalistic of like, all right, whatever. The de-aging isn't 100%, but then again, it never really is, but I was still impressed with it. Willem Dafoe, you can't really... I felt like he wasn't de-aged enough, but again, considering everybody complained about the Green Goblin back when they did the original one about being like a motorcycle helmet, and this time he's actually using his face a lot more, fantastic. So, really very little to no negatives, guys. The runtime is very, it's 2.5 hours, I think, but it was well cut together. I've heard people say that the first half is a little bit rushed. I don't fully agree with that because the second half is so much damn fun, and we've already had 2 Spider-Man movies before, as well as all the other ones that came from different iterations that I did not mind at all. This felt like a very satisfying conclusion of a TV show, like the world's greatest season finale, or series finale perhaps, of a TV show, and I loved every damn second of it. I woke up today and I realized it was Wednesday and not Thursday, so I couldn't go and see Spider-Man again at like one of the early showings, and I'm like, man, I really need to see this movie again. Go see it in IMAX. Don't sleep on this movie. I think I might do a spoiler-free video over the weekend. I can't really get into it much more, but like I said, the biggest takeaways, if I could say one thing: Willem Dafoe, Marisa Tomei, Tom Holland, Zendaya, all the actors really bring it, you know, because for some of these actors or characters, the door is closing, and we really do get an arc for all of these different characters, and I thought it was fantastic. Possibly my favorite all-time Spider-Man movie. I need to see it again. I need to you know, marinate on that a little bit, but I loved it, guys. Go check it out. It comes out this weekend, this Friday, with an early showing on Thursday. Don't miss out. If you see one movie during this pandemic, go see Spider-Man No Way Home. Until next time, guys, thank you so much for watching. I have been John. You just got burned. We will see you next time.